This is weird. I think for the first time ever, comic book movie fans have gotten everything we wanted. Yes, Christmas came early thanks to Kevin Feige, who was definitely Santa Claus with his fantastic presentation at the El Capitan Theater, which, by the way, is owned by Disney. This was a pure Disney event, top to bottom, and I think Disney has proven once and for all that they don't need anybody else. They don't need Comic-Con, they don't, San Diego or New York, they don't need any magazines to help them get out the word. Everything that they want to do, they can do themselves directly with the audience, and it's tremendously successful. It was indeed a page right out of Apple's playbook, and it got the same results. They are dominating just about every conversation that's going on right now, probably on the planet Earth. Twitter, Facebook, water coolers, I'm sure. Everyone took a break. They'll be like, where were you the moment that Phase 3 was announced? And that's not just because we care about Phase 3, but because of the way it was announced. And Marvel just continues to know what they're doing at every step of the way. And that's impressive in and of itself. So I'm going to go through each of the films that were revealed for Phase 3, but let's go over the big headlines first. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther. Great casting. I think it's an actor a lot of us wanted to see in the role. We're going to be seeing him very soon. They will be beating DC to the punch in terms of getting a black superhero on the big screen. Cyborg is set for 2020, Black Panther 2017. Of course, Cyborg will be showing up earlier in Justice League and most likely Batman v Superman, but they hinted that Black Panther has already, they said the seeds have been sown for Black Panther. So everyone's saying that's Ulysses Klaue, played by Andy Serkis in Avengers Age of Ultron, so maybe Chadwick Boseman will show up as well, because clearly his deal is done, and it might be done because he was on set filming some things. That's very exciting, but the fact that Captain Marvel didn't walk out, as some people thought she might, because that's the other big thing, Captain Marvel movie, means that she probably won't be showing up in Avengers Age of Ultron. We thought that, and I thought that they would end the movie with two different teams for Cap and Iron Man. That's obviously not going to be the case, but Civil War is coming. That was the other big announcement. That's what the title for Captain America 3 is going to be. They had a funny gag first saying it was going to be called the Serpent Society, and I was like, that's a really, double entendre type of title there. It's not the kind of things I think Steve Rogers would want to be associated with. But he's not. He's being associated with Civil War, and they did talk about, I believe they actually might have shown the scene that will be shown this evening on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is going to be Cap and Tony having a heated conversation. Ooh. But, we kid because it's not a big special effects heavy action sequence, but this ideology of, Tony versus Steve is going to be the through line of the Marvel Cinematic Universe probably for a couple of films. So it is important. And, there are a couple of really good Civil War issues out there. I would go and check out the conclusion one that wrapped it all up. I believe it's a single issue. Brian Michael Bendis wrote it with Cap and Tony having a really interesting conversation, and that to me summed up what Civil War could have been, what it should have been on the page, and what it'll hopefully be on the screen. So it's the Cap and Tony show going forward. A lot of people were disappointed that there weren't any Hulk movies announced, Black Widow, Hawkeye. They're really staying with the cast members they have largely front and center now, Thor, for instance, but then fleshing out these new characters, which probably will fill out Cap's team. We have Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and Captain Marvel, and then, of course, we're going to be really building out the cosmic universe with an Inhumans movie announced as well. And, of course, the other big news that they are making 2 Avengers movies. It's going to be the Infinity, the Infinity War, basically referring to the Infinity Gauntlet from Civil War to Infinity War, and they had a great shot of Thanos. Basically, it seemed largely like when Josh Brolin was shooting his Guardians of the Galaxy scene, they were like, hold up, Josh, we just want to shoot one quick little thing for this announcement we're going to do, and he has like the Infinity Gauntlet on his hand. 2-parter, taking, again, copying another very successful formula that Harry Potter and Twilight have used to great success. Mockingjay, of course, Hunger Games are doing it, and now comic book movies are getting into the 2-parter film space. Now, those, of course, were all finales that were 2-parters. Will this be the final Avengers movie? Heck no! This thing's going to go on forever. Most likely, if it continues, just considering how potent it is now, even if it dies down a little, they're just printing money over there. All right, so let's go through all the big movies one by one and just basically, again, it's just so awesome because it's everything we wanted, but let's just share our thoughts and what we're excited about and what they potentially mean. All right, so first up, May 6th, 2016. A bit of a shuffle here of properties. That's interesting in and of itself. But Captain America was always set to start out 2016, the summer movie season, and it's going to be called Civil War. Again, as I said, it's the Cap and Tony show going forward, these two ideologies at war. And as you can tell from his press conference, who showed up? Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, and then, of course, Chadwick Boseman, because he was the big announcement. But these are the two faces of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the time being. Very interesting. It's nice to see Robert Downey Jr. sharing the stage with Chris Evans. I bet nobody ever would have predicted that a few years ago, but I think Chris Evans is definitely up to the task. And I don't think he's retiring anytime soon either. Now they said on November 4th, this has been pushed back from its July release date, I think because it took longer than they expected to get a Doctor Strange cast. Largely with Benedict Cumberbatch's deal isn't in place, which is probably why he didn't show up today. But that's coming out November 4th, 2016. And Feige said this will open up a whole new world in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's magic. You have the Earthbound stories, science basically. You've got, and Thor kind of goes in there even though he's mythological, the 9 realms with him. But you've got the science, you've got the cosmic, and now you have the magical. And I think that the Scarlet Witch, played by Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda, is going to factor into this as well. And I would not be surprised at all to see her show up in the Doctor Strange movie. I think pairing up some of the lesser secondary characters into the bigger characters' movies worked quite well with, obviously, Captain America, and I think that's a formula they will probably use going forward. Then, this is great, and this is very interesting, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 moved up from its July release date in 2017 to May 5th. It's going to be the movie that starts off the summer movie season, and what a change of position and placement for this film. It opened the first film in the August, the underdog spot where you put experiments, see things you aren't sure about, and now it's done so well. Top movie domestically, last I checked, number 4 worldwide for the year. It's going to kick off the summer movie season in 2017. So that's a huge promotion for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think there are a few other areas where you're going to see it factor in as well to the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And of course, we're all heading towards this Infinity War, which is definitely going to bring in the Marvel Cosmic Universe. So that's May 5th, 2017. Then what took the old Guardian spot? Thor 3, aka Thor Ragnarok. That's basically the Norse version of the apocalypse. Lots of people die, everything falls apart, etc. I think this is good. I think definitely if anything needs to be shaken up, and broken down, it's Thor's set of films. I think that character has a lot of problems thematically, and he's definitely overshadowed by his villain Loki, or anti-hero at this point. And Loki will return for this film. So that's very exciting. And I think also they said that it's going to pick up on Avengers 2, pick up where that film leaves off, which is 2 years later. So I'd be like, what were they doing for 2 years? Maybe it's going to pick up off of what happens to Thor in that movie. So there's a clue right there. Maybe he's going to disappear or go somewhere and come back 2 years later. I guess Chris Hemsworth has a lot of other projects that he has on his plate. But I think that picking up from the Avengers movie works so well for Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I think it's nice to apply that to Thor's new film because Thor needs, as I said, a lot of work. Then, ending 2017 is our Black Panther movie. As I said, Cyborg 2020, so that's 3 years early. You're going to have Marvel beating them to the punch. They won't win on the female front, though, because Wonder Woman is set for 2017, but we'll get to that in a moment. But Black Panther, November 3rd, 2017, I would think, actually, I would have switched them, actually. I think that Thor is a better holiday film, because, it's Ragnarok, it's the Norse mythology, it's a little bit cozy, whereas I think Black Panther is supposed to take place in Africa. I think that's a really good summer movie. I would have given it the July 28th date, but I think people will be excited to see Black Panther no matter when it comes out. He'll be introduced in earlier films because he's already cast and he's ready to go. Chadwick Boseman playing the role. We have a picture here of what Black Panther will look like. Very cool. Shades of Batman, but I think unique enough to really be his own character. I love the light up eyes. I love the claws. I love the African jewelry around the neck. It's kind of a similar version to what we've seen in some of the comics and especially in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but I think plus a little bit for the movie universe. It looks very cool. Definitely has a regal feel to it because, of course, Black Panther T'Challa is the king of Wakanda, and I think it's really going to be exciting. Although, I think Chadwick Boseman has some bulking up to do because right now he's a lot smaller than that illustration. He has more of like a swimmer's physique, but he's a really super talented actor. 42, get on up. Really talented actor, and I think a real get for Marvel. And what is this going to do for his career, right? I mean, this is amazing. Idris Elba's like, I signed my contracts too fast. I should have waited. That should have been mine. All right, so that's coming out in 2017. Then we have 2018. We're going to jump ahead. They're doing 3 movies a year. That's very ambitious. Just ask DreamWorks Animation how that works out. Not well. You oversaturate your own market. But they're going to go for it. But we're going to skip over the May movie because that's that Avengers film. And we're going to have Captain Marvel in 2018. Now that's very interesting in and of itself. The Captain Marvel will take place inside of the Infinity War storyline. And why I find that interesting is because this logo looks a little space-like to me. It looks kind of similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. And as I talked about in my recent video about new potential members for the Guardians of the Galaxy, Carol Danvers gets her powers from the Kree, who are an alien species. So she could very much be tying into the Marvel Cosmic Universe. So that could be very interesting, and really I think ups the ante that she'll be a character. Maybe they come across her in Guardians of the Galaxy too, and I think it really downplays the potential for Angela to join in. Now, of course, everybody's going to say that James Gunn has said no more humans in Guardians of the Galaxy, but Captain Marvel's got to debut somewhere, and I think Kevin Feige is the one who gets to ultimately make these decisions. So I wouldn't be surprised if she ties into Marvel Cosmic. Hasn't been cast yet, but her part obviously is a ways out. Then also in 2018, in November, is the Inhumans. Again, this is all cosmic. So 2018 is going to be a very cosmic year for Marvel. They're really going to focus on that universe because everybody will be in that space. Their Earthbound teams, their Magic teams, their Magic players, and of course their Guardians of the Galaxy, and now the Inhumans. So you can bet they'll be factoring into this Infinity War as well. And it's such a big story. It spans 2 movies coming out 1 year apart, May 4th, 2018 and May 3rd, 2019. Very exciting news. What do you think? Now that you've gotten everything that you wanted, are you happy? Are you disappointed? Are you sad? Do you not know how to feel? And what are you the most excited about? These are all fabulous announcements, but which one really makes your day? Or, you know, do we have a situation where all these announcements are made so far in advance that you're like, I'm numb to them at this point, you know, like I like the idea, but I'll be more excited, I think, when we see maybe trailers or posters, you know, set photos, or these characters cameo in these actual movies. But the groundwork has been laid. We have our map, and I think we're all very excited to walk this path with Marvel. All right, thank you so much for tuning in to my coverage of Marvel's press event. Write down your own thoughts down below, and you can check out some more episodes right now.